Hi all, and welcome to my new video related to Bitcoin education. This video is the 11th out of 15 I will make on explaining the blockchain. In particular, we are at step 7 and we will discuss about the difficulty adjustment used to keep the scheduled programmed scarcity. This presentation is for educational purpose only, it is not a financial advice. Always the two books that I'm referring to, they are the best book I read related to how to explain the blockchain are the basics of Bitcoins and blockchain basic. I recommend to read both of them. Really enjoyed reading both of them and learning, gain a lot of knowledge on blockchain. So as you can see, we are now in the last third, so the last 5 videos. And in the last two, we discussed about proof of work and block rewards. Now we will discuss about the difficulty adjustment. I guess if you are interested into Bitcoin, you heard the one point about the difficulty adjustment. So we have now at this point we have let's make a summary. We have transactions bundled in blocks and bookkeepers agree on the order of blocks that are propagating around the network. We have therefore eliminated the role of the third party in creating accounts, in maintaining and ordering the list of transactions. Furthermore, we have also miners who are creating the blocks that contain the transactions, and the miners are incentivized via block rewards and transaction fee. And now we are facing another problem. If the speed of finding an hash that is less than the target depends of computational power, as we discussed in proof of work, with the advance of the technology, the computational power will increase, and therefore bitcoins will be mined faster, creating a huge supply and consequently decrease the value of each unit. This was the problem of the other tentatives of digital money creation. I did a video related to the history of digital money, and we discussed about BitGold and B-Money. One of the problem is the money supply, creating new money. And in fact, there were protocol consisting of many technology used by Bitcoin, both BitGold and B-Money, um, but they were also highlighting the issue of huge supply without finding a solution. In fact, the author of one of them was saying finding the function that will work, the hash function that will work, it's really hard because we want the money to be scarcer and scarcer. But if you um, create an hash function, whatever you create in 5 years will be easier to create more money. So more money will be created. Or the one was proposing also to have all the miners agreeing on a new hash function, but everything a decentralized world would work if it is an adversarial. You have always to think that unfortunately, there are some people who try to cheat and should be resistant to them. So also the solution they propose will not work, and they didn't find a solution. What Satoshi Nakamoto did is that with the difficulty adjustment, found a solution to counter-react the progress of technology. And this is the only thing that really Satoshi Nakamoto invented, as discussed at other times. All the other technology from public key cryptography, digital signatures, proof of work, hash functions, and so on, all were already existing since several years. The magic of Satoshi Nakamoto is to choose the right one. Also, a public key, private key, STDSA, in order to have the mathematical link between the keys. So if he chose the best pieces of technologies and he added the difficulty adjustment, making the system working. First time in human history. Let's look now at the um, and more in the details of the difficulty adjustment. In fact, thanks to the difficulty adjustment, every 2016 blocks, meaning every 2 weeks, the difficulty changes according to the average time spent to create the previous 2016 block. In case the average time to mine a block was higher than 10 minutes, the difficulty adjustment will decrease and the target number will increase. In case the average time to mine a block is lower than 10 minutes, the difficulty adjustment will increase and therefore the target number becomes smaller. And it's a magic invention. In fact, the network is beautifully self-balancing. If more hashing or mining power is added, then blocks created faster for a period of time until the difficulty adjustment change, after which it becomes harder to find a valid block, slowing block creation down. If mining power leaves the network, then blocks take longer to be found until the next time the difficulty changes. Then difficulty decrease and blocks become easier to find. And this is all done without a central coordinator. Really a magic invention. And you can see here a circle. When the blocks created too quickly, difficulty adjustment increase, then the target number becomes smaller, block create more slowly, block then are created too slowly, then the difficulty decrease, target numbers becomes bigger, block are created more quickly. And then blocks again maybe created too quickly and we start again. But why we have this? The difficulty adjustment, as discussed in several other videos, is to keep the programmed scarcity of Bitcoin. In fact, as I said before, the difficulty adjustment is the only technology invented by Satoshi Nakamoto. And Satoshi, in fact, he used several technology, added the difficulty adjustment, and used game theory to incentivize the miners. This was a magic mix that created the perfect form of money. Why we are saying this? Because with this system, block will be mined in average every 10 minutes, and Bitcoin supply can keep the plant to become more and more scarce over time. You can see in the graph the total money supply and the money supply growth rate. Discussing in the video before, in 2 years, Bitcoin will be the scarcest asset in the world, meaning the highest stock to flow. It will be more than around 120. And thanks, in fact, with this system will be mined every 10 minutes. It is thanks to difficulty adjustment that the creation of Bitcoin will keep reducing over time, despite the advance of technology that will make easier to create new blocks. Because technology will go, will advance, it will be no problem because every 2 weeks, in case it's easier to find the blocks, difficulty will increase. Therefore, we can keep the programmed scarcity. In the history of digital money, other people tried, and in some cases they failed because of the creation of money was increasing over time due to the advance of the technology. And the programmed scarcity is discussed in several of my other videos. Here is important to highlight that it is possible to have programmed scarcity because Satoshi Nakamoto introduced the difficulty adjustment. And that's all for this video. Remember, difficulty adjustment was the magic ingredient added to already other ingredient existing that made the magic internet money, and also known as the best form of money that the humanity has ever had. Thanks, and see you in one of the next video. Bye.